Welcome to Math 1105. My name is Carol DeFries, and I'll be your instructor for this semester. The purpose of this video is to give you an introduction to the course and to let you know about some things that you need to do before our first day of class. Now hopefully you've already found the syllabus. If you haven't, please look under the Syllabus tab on My Gateway and read the syllabus thoroughly. I just want to go over a couple of things on the syllabus that you do need to have taken care of before the first day of class. There is a textbook for this course, but you probably don't need to buy the textbook because you will need to buy access to the Cengage website. On that website, you'll be doing your homework, and you'll also be able to access an electronic version of the textbook. You'll also need a calculator for this course. You need to make sure that the calculator has a square root key and an exponent key. But not every calculator is going to be allowed. You can't use a graphing calculator, and you also cannot use a calculator that's on a phone. Now, if you don't have a basic calculator like the TI-30 and you need to buy one, rest assured they're not expensive. You can usually get one for around $10. Now, if you look at the first page of the syllabus, you'll notice that it talks about pre-class preparation. Before every class period, you're going to need to watch some videos that cover the sections that we're going to be discussing in class that day. You'll also want to take thorough notes on those videos and bring those notes with you to class. Now, the reason you need to do that is that this class is taught as a flipped classroom. That may be something that's a new idea to you, or maybe you've heard of it but you've never experienced it. It's likely that most of the math classes you've taken have been traditional classes, where the teacher lectures to you in the classroom and you take notes in the classroom, and then you go home and you try to figure out what the teacher was talking about so that you can do your homework. In a flipped classroom, that instruction time is actually done outside of class before you come to the classroom. And then when you come to class, you work on some problems that allow you to have a deeper understanding of those concepts. And that also gives you time to ask questions and to make sense of the things that you saw in the video before you came to class. So if this is your idea of what a math classroom looks like, that's not what this classroom is going to look like. It'll look a lot more like this. You'll be working with a group of students in class, practicing some problems, trying to understand the math behind the problems, and asking questions if you're not understanding what's going on in the problems. So how do you get started with this whole flipped classroom thing? Well, first of all, you'll have to log on to My Gateway with whatever your favorite device is. And you'll also have to have the last page of the syllabus handy so you know which sections we're going to be covering in the upcoming class. Our first class period will be looking at Chapter 1, and in Chapter 2, the first section 2.1, and the first part of section 2.2. Now when you log onto My Gateway, you're going to want to look for the Docs and Assignments tab. And in that tab, you're going to see a folder that says Video Lectures. Inside that folder, you want to find the folder that says Exam 1 Lectures, and you'll find the 3 videos for the 3 sections that we're going to be covering. Attached to every video lecture, you're going to notice that there is a document that's a fill-in-the-blank note template. It's a really good idea to print that out before you watch the video because it will give you something to take notes on, and it really will make the note-taking a whole lot easier to do. Now don't forget, for the very first day we're together, there's 3 sections we're covering. So you're going to have to do this with 3 videos. Now the last thing you might want to do before you come to class is go to the Cengage website and take a look at the homework for those 3 sections. You can attempt the problems multiple times, and as long as you do not submit the assignment, you can keep on attempting the problems. So you could actually watch the video before you come to class, try some of the problems on your own before you come to class, then you can go back after class and finish up the homework assignment and get it submitted before it's due. I've used flipped classrooms for several different courses, and I've had a lot of positive feedback from students. When I've asked them if they have any advice for other students who are going to be in a flipped classroom for the first time, the one thing they always say is that you need to make sure you come to class prepared. Because if you don't, you're going to let everybody in your group down, and you're going to feel really confused when you come to class. So I'm passing that on to you as just some words of wisdom from students who have been through flipped classrooms before. Make sure that you come to class prepared, and I think you're going to really enjoy this type of learning. The one last thing I want to talk to you about is one of the downfalls with taking a summer class, and that's simply that time works against you. In a regular semester, like the fall semester, our classes would run from August to December. That's 16 weeks. But in a summer class, our classes only run from June to August, which is 8 weeks. We still cover the same amount of material. It's like running the same distance, but we have to do it in half the time. What that means is you have to move twice as fast. So the race is just as long, but you have to move very fast. So what you need to do at this point is make sure you've read the syllabus. You need to take a look at those 3 videos for the first class period. Take some notes. Make sure you're registered on the Cengage website. Try a few homework problems. Don't submit them yet. And just come to class ready to start doing some math. I'm looking forward to this summer, and I hope you are too.